You're listening to Iowa Public Radio's Studio One. I'm Mark Simmet. Please welcome tonight, live in our Cedar Falls studios, Truckstop Darlin.
So last night when we played on here in the studio on Iowa Public Radio, that was the first time we've done a whole band thing on air. We've done interviews and it's usually just I'll play a solo acoustic song, you know, which is easier. But last night it was really cool. It was a really good experience. I don't know. I was really nervous, you know, because you're just like, oh man, at a show you can mistake here and there, whatever. Nobody notices. Everyone's drunk and it's not captured on film.
Nobody's drinking here.
Yeah, so it was awesome last night. It was a really good experience, and there was people here, watching, and we all played really well together. And it was awesome to have it at the end of the tour, so we're all warmed up and stuff.
After we were done, we got tweets back like, "You guys sounded fantastic." People from Portland said you sound fantastic. Nashville, well, obviously this area too. We went to the guitar shop, or to get some music gear, and we started talking to the cashier lady. She's like, "Oh yeah, I caught the last bit of it. You guys are fantastic. I'll come to the show tonight." So last night was awesome. Yeah. It was cool because just the energy here. John's usually thrashing around and he's rocking out hard, and he didn't want to do that here because he's got to talk to the host, and he sweats a lot, and so he didn't want to.
I went 1/4 beast.
Oh man!
Yeah.
So it was cool because the energy was kind of reserved, but yet it was still there. Like we still pulled it off, and it was like, you know what, we can do this. We can go to KEXP or Day Trotter or do anything like this. So this was an awesome introduction to what's going to happen down the road.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like a family unit, if you've ever been through counseling and they talk about the kids in the family and the family unit and a broken family. You got the mascot. Maybe James, he's pretty quiet. He might be the lost child, the scapegoat.
It is always me somehow.
Yeah. I forget who the other ones are in the family structure, but we probably fit into them somewhere.
You always call yourself daddy, but I have trouble with that.
Yeah. I've got a kid at home, so I'll be daddy.
after every show, people are always coming up and they're just like, they haven't even seen this thing. They're just like, what is that? In the South, it's different because people know it's a pedal steel. It's a more popular instrument in the South, especially in Portland. It's like, what is that? And you just kind of explain it. Just like, wow, I've never heard anything like that. So that's really cool. Like it's showing like a new audience this instrument and this cool sound. And everybody is like receptive to it. That's the cool thing. No matter where we play, there's an audience that's receptive to it. They enjoy it. And that's a good sign. That's just like, we got to hit the road and keep playing because people are going to like it. You know? Probably 6 months before we did the first record, and it was my first band. So at the time, I'd been playing for maybe, I don't know, a year or two, something like that. And it was very traditional at first, and then a couple of the songs they're definitely like more heavier and like rock. And it was like, how can I make this sound different and just like fit, you know? And it was just like, Matt's just like, let's try this. Let's crank this gain up a little bit, crank the delay up, and just like make crazy sounds. And sure, okay. And messing around with it and just listening to, because I'd never listened to recording myself before the album. And so we'd hear the playback and I was just blown away, like, oh, this sounds great. Let's try some more stuff, you know? And just messing around with like different technique and effects. And it's been a lot of fun. I remember we did Dead Roses at the barn, like trying to rehearse it. And John's like, hey, man, what was that riff you were doing there with this weird synthesizer sound? I'm like, this one right here, I think it would be cool in this song. He's like, yeah, let's try that.
It sounds
And it was fantastic.
Sounds like you're playing a guitar.
A guitar.
I remember when we first got started, like you would just do little noises like in between songs when we were rehearsing, and sometimes we'd be like, "What was that? Like,
Yeah.
how can we use that? What was that noise
Yeah.
you just made? How'd you do that?"
Market out there that would just love this music, and you know, being able to do that with a team of people that are, you know, supporting you and everything.
Yeah, it's just that steady build. You know, every time you go out, try to turn more and more people onto what you're doing.